thank you for coming in right now. We're excited to talk to you. I've talked to you many times before. I'm actually out of Las Vegas, so there's many different options there in the, UFC fighting world of things as well. But now you're coming into the graphic world of things. Can you tell us how this kind of came about?
Well, it came about as I was just I was like frustrated that nobody had handed me a greenlit Enter the Dragon because I've always wanted to be Bruce Lee, and I love fight choreography, and I've always wanted to do have the martial arts film my dreams, but because nobody was just handing it to me, I had to take some initiative and do it myself. So Paul Heyman was actually the one who asked me. He was like, "Well, what kind of movie do you want to star in?" And I started thinking, like, what is a role that no one could play better than me? Because I know I'm not Meryl Streep, but there are some very specific roles out there that no one could do better than me.
There's some things Meryl can do too. So.
I mean, it's just an example. I don't.
Or
have
not.
That.
Meryl's pretty great.
I don't have that kind of, I don't have that kind of range. Okay, that's what I'm saying. Oh no, what to do? It's fine. It's fine. It's fine. And so, so then I ended up writing this in an 11-hour writing binge that I hadn't slept in like 48 hours and was fresh out of surgery. I just kind of, once I got started, it just all came out. And I don't know, I felt like I ended up writing something that was a mix between Knocked Up and John Wick.
Yeah.
Because, why haven't romantic comedies and bloody action franchises ever been married together?
Right.
But, yeah.
I think Judd Apatow's squeamish with blood, but that could be the real. I'm not sure exactly.
Maybe he could direct this if it's made one day.
Maybe, yeah. Well, it's all about finding the right humor too. You talk about finding the art for this as well. Like, you talk about Mike being the artist.
Yeah.
How did that come about?
Well, I think he was recommended by Axel Alonso, who was the former editor-in-chief of Marvel, who went off and started his own publishing company, the AWA Comics, is who we're doing it with. And he was like, "You're really gonna like this guy because he's really good at like drawing likenesses. He can really like capture your likeness, and he's a martial artist." Because at first I was like, I don't know if we could ever make this a comic because like the fight choreography was just so like detailed and a lot of grappling sequences and stuff like that you normally see in comics, just because of how inherently difficult it is to draw and like allow people to follow the action. So he really understands how bodies move and stuff like that, and so I was like, since I'm a nerd for fight choreography, and I really spent all this time in WWE trying to learn how to not just make a fight that was cool, but how to tell a story within a fight. And I feel like that's something that you see a lot in film these days, is that it's story. Okay, let's take a break for this fight. Okay, back to the story. And I think that the story should be part of the fight, and it's a big missed opportunity that a lot of films don't take advantage of. And so, so then I went and filmed all of the fights for the comic to use for him to use as like reference. Right. And would take screenshots and go through every panel frame by frame, and should be like, okay, it should be this way, it should be that. And of course he has his own like, I can trust him to take artistic freedom with it because he knows how bodies in motion move. The way he draws stuff, it doesn't look like a pose, it looks like a movement. And so it's been like a really cool team to have together.
If I can ask you too, from your opinion of things, we're such in a different world now because of John Wick that there's a lot of female actresses who say, I want to be a John Wick action star. Like we saw Jessica Alba in Trigger recently. We saw a couple different people kind of do that. So how do you feel that when people are like asking for this kind of style now, but like story, substance, and making it look right too, not just trying to copy how someone who's 3 feet, a foot taller than you or 2 feet taller than you. Like there's got to be something that kind of exists in the reality too. So what do you see? How you see those things, and what do you think of when you see those, and you want them to be more grounded, or how do you want them to be more fantastical? I mean,
I think expecting the unexpected is almost like assassin satire. You know what I mean? Because there's so much of it, and so much of everyone taking themselves so seriously. Because it's very serious, it's a life or death situation. But this is more about, she's in a life or death situation while being pregnant, and like kind of what inspired this was because I'm a big John Wick fan.
Of course.
And I was like, you know what? John Wick never goes to the bathroom. He never eats. He never has a single bodily function. Wouldn't it be so funny that if someone was in like a similar situation where everyone's out to get them, except for it's a pregnant woman and she has to pee all the time. Because you would think if like he's being attacked and he has to stop to go to the bathroom, that's a dangerous situation. Which, you know, a lot of the bathroom fights are a nod to Raid 2. Really love that fight. But so I kind of wanted to lean into the humanness and not the superhumanness. And nothing is more humanizing than getting pregnant, let me tell you. I was feeling like a superhuman and I could do anything. And then I got pregnant and I was like, oh God, I am a slave to my body. And so...
Could you expand on the story a little bit for us?
How do I not give things away? So basically... Mom, it's code name, Mom, and she is an assassin who's she's a big nerd and is really kind of lonely because the only people that she hangs out with, she's about to kill them. And her like her gimmick, her moniker is that she's called Mom because she has a fake belly full of guns. So she like can get anywhere and look, you know, non-threatening, and then you can pull all of the arsenal out of her fake belly and like kill everybody and just walk right out. And so she's she's fighting through. This is a funny commentary just on, you know, on America, in that she's fighting through the freelance rankings of being an assassin, but she's really trying hard to get to salary because she wants health insurance. And she finally works her way up to salary and gets an opportunity to, like, you know, to really prove her mettle. And then she meets Hoppa, who is my husband's fight name. It was very obviously him. And basically the job goes wrong, and she slipped and fell on a dick. You know what I mean? She's, sometimes it happens, and she ends up on the run from the agency and pregnant, and then she's got to try and figure out, like, can she have this kid when everyone on Earth is trying to kill her? What is the ethical thing to do for the kid? And I think you never really see that explored, the journey that a woman goes through from when she finds out she's pregnant to when she accepts the task of being a mom. And I was writing this while I was, you know, trying to get pregnant, and it really makes you reassess things in a different way. I'm like, am I capable? Am I worthy? Can I give this kid a life worth living? Should I even try? Am I just going to make this kid's life miserable by being in charge of it? And so I think it's just kind of her, like, finding her identity and confidence as a mother and accepting that task, or whether or not she can, you know what I mean? And that's the dilemma. Like, what if John Wick was pregnant? Would he go get an abortion? Would that be like the right thing to do? Because literally everyone, he can't even keep a dog alive. You know what I mean?
I know.
So it's kind of like her going through that journey of, like, she wants to keep this baby, but it isn't the right thing.
Well, and I guess the question is, you know, does she find the irony in the fact that she was a secret belly before, and now she kind of moves into this world where the belly is going to be kind of a real part of everything as well?
I mean, I think it goes without saying. She's, you know, but you'll just have to read it to find out. But yeah, I think it's hilarious that she ends up having to deal with it. So it's kind of like it's more of, for every parent that's like trying to raise a kid, and it seems like not only is no one helping, but the whole world seems out to get you. But instead of, like, you know, your work commitments and different kinds of bills and different kinds of emergencies, unforeseen things happening, it's like represented, and literally everyone is trying to kill you. And if you've been pregnant and you have to pee every 5 seconds, that battle of finding a bathroom is really a battle. So I love that she really has to fight to go to the bathroom every couple minutes, and that's like the most humanized, most bodily function dense version of assassinry that hasn't really been touched on, because everyone is like superhuman. Everyone's bigger than, you know, they're like John Wick. It's like, oh my God, John Wick.
Right.
He can take out everybody. He can do it. Whereas
Right.
like this chick's like kind of new. She's coming her way up. She's pregnant. You know, she's like nauseous and like, you know, has to go to the bathroom and like all this other stuff is happening to her all the time and is the opposite of superhuman. She is ultra extra super.
Right.
Like, it's a different kind of superhuman, not above human. She's like really, really human.
Right. No, I'd love to see John Wick stop to fill up gas and get a slushie and just like slow move his life through certain things. Like, well, between the, you know, I got to do this sometimes too. I got to hang nail today. Or
Yeah, and that's like, it's
Yeah.
her trying to go through normal stuff in life, like trying to get gas and getting attacked, and trying to go to the bathroom and getting attacked. And it's really not all about the plot of like, how is she going to get away from the agency? It's more of like, how is she going to be able to deal with being a mom and having a family when the world is not cooperating?
Very cool. Well, we look forward to everyone enjoying this and kind of opening up to it here at Comic-Con. Luckily, this is a place where people are really excited to kind of find something, you know? Mm-hmm. They want a new story. They want a new angle. They want new characters to care about and kind of follow up on, too. So I hope you have an amazing time here and enjoy Comic-Con for what it is, you know? It's a very fun, kind of nerdy place, but people here are all about, you know, discovering, so.
Oh, man. I really hope that this, like, lives up into and exceeds expectations, and I would love to follow this lady through all of her formative events, because I've already written the sequel.
All right.
For, you know, and I would love to like keep following as the, you know,
the character expands,
the character and the family and everything expands. So we'll see. Hopefully, this isn't the end.
And where can people find more information on it right now, too?
You can support this project and get it to your very own expecting and the unexpected of any range of prices, from, you know, the soft cover to getting drawn in as an assassin on Kickstarter. And hopefully you'll post some kind of link or whatever.
For sure.
Okay, thank you. I really appreciate it. Thank you for letting me.
Pleasure, of course. Well, thank you for coming and coloring with us. And we hope you have an amazing Comic-Con. And hopefully throughout your life, you'll always find a bathroom wherever you need it. So if you need to pee quick, you'll find it quick.
All right, thank you.
Yeah, that's always the older you get, the more you want simple things in life sometimes, too. So I get how that works, too. So thank you so much.